Greetings, this is Jazz for Jazz Reviews, bringing you the little information we know about this year's E3 Expo. This video will showcase the games you should look out for in 2014, and not just necessarily the biggest games we already know plenty about, such as Watch Dogs or Battlefield 4. I'll be trawling through the details and the bullshit to make an educated guess as to what titles gamers should pay attention to at E3, all the way up until 2014. So let us skim the surface of these franchises, because they may just be the next-gen cash cows of 2014. At number 5. The Evil Within. From the creator that brought us Resident Evil, Shinji Mikami, Evil Within strives to be the next horror survival game, finding the perfect balance between horror and action. The game is developed using a heavily modified version of id Tech 5, integrating loose stealth mechanics to crouch and sneak past zombie shambling enemy types. The game's producer does seem intent on making players shit their pants, so this one does look very interesting for horror fans, and I think this title could have the potential of a game changer. Because let's face it, the horror survival genre has been neglected for years now. At number 4. Destiny. Developed by Halo Legends Bungie, all we really know is Destiny will be an action role-playing first-person shooter set in a mythic science fiction open-world setting. And the setting is a post-apocalyptic theme, but with its world made alive with random dynamic events in-game, all to create those moments unique to each and every player. We know that Activision will be publishing the game, and we know that there will be an all-new engine complete with Halo's Hopper technology for superior matchmaking online, because this game has been described as an online shooter. Supposedly, however, the real emphasis lies with what sounds like a Journey-style seamless integration with other players on the network. The fact is, there's a lot riding on this franchise. This franchise has been hyped to be one of the biggest prospects come the next generation. The MMO elements do not appear to be in any way massive, but with so much money being thrown Destiny's way, there is a hunch that we could be looking at Bungie's next Halo. Number 3. Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Well, what do we know about this title? We were originally expecting a Ground Zeroes to help launch the shiny new consoles, but what we must now speculate is that Ground Zeroes will either form a segment within Metal Gear Solid 5, or open the gates to another sequel entirely. But either way, what's clear is that MGS5 Phantom Pain will remain the product of tactical espionage action. Kojima tells of an open-world, third-person stealth game set in the 1980s. The main character is, of course, Big Boss, tossing David Hayter's voice acting out altogether. After so much controversy and hope, Big Boss will now be voiced by 24's Kiefer Sutherland. But MGS4's Metal Gear Online is still the best multiplayer experience I've ever had, but still no word on any kind of a multiplayer just yet for Phantom Pain. So fingers crossed, MGO fans. At number 2. Thief 4. So the original games held some of the best innovations in the genre. The team behind this title are now trying to find a balance between enjoyable combat and hardcore stealth. From what I understand though, Garrett will not be a full-on fighter, and fighting against 4 or more guards just will not go down all that well. It's the kind of practicality Ubisoft desperately needs to scale into Assassin's Creed anytime now.
The perfect heist lies in the preparation.
It's easy to lump this game in with some kind of Dishonored, but we just don't know which way the devs will be taking Thief 4. Eidos has been particularly vague about how faithful the team is remaining to the original Thief lore. Many of Thief's magical elements will be torn down, and camera angles will transition from first to third person upon enemy takedowns and such. But personally, I can't wait to see what the hell will happen for this reboot. This is a pretty important one. And yes, at number 1, Witcher 3. For PC gamers across the board, you need to play Witcher 2. Hell, why not just start at Witcher 1? Graphically speaking, we can expect nothing but brilliance from CD Projekt's upgraded engine for the latest addition to the series. Developers will be targeting 30 frames per second on consoles, and of course whatever for the PC. The fact is the makers have already declared a full 40 to 50 hours of gameplay within the main story, and another 40 to 50 with Witcher's open world, which will apparently avoid your typical Skyrim FedEx quests, if you know what I mean. Geralts can now jump, and they claim their map will be 30 times bigger than Witcher 2 and even larger than the Elder Scrolls Skyrim. They'll still be driving for a story-focused game, however Geralt will be able to travel by horseback with around 30 to 40 minutes to travel from one side to the other side of the map. Honestly, unless Dragon Age 3 can make a miraculous recovery in stitching the massive wounds BioWare have inflicted lately, this could be the king of role-playing games for years to come. This has been Jazz for Jazz Reviews, with just 5 games you should look out for in E3 and the next year or so. So based on just a handful of facts, hopefully I've turned at least one of your eyes towards one of these titles. But anyways, I'll be using this opportunity to announce the guys at Opinion Outpost with a paid and rewarded program which you may have already heard about by now, but it's free of course, with the basic principle that, well, you can either get Amazon gift vouchers if you do use Amazon, or even cash in some cases for feeding some real research their way. Not a bad gig for a little bit of effort. And obviously, I'm vouching for the site, in that it's all verified and legitimate, and not just some get-rich-quick scheme, you know? What I'll do is leave the link in the description below. So I leave you now, and when of course E3 is all done and dusted, you might want to browse my channel for the best of E3 2013 that I will be uploading based on a little more evidence this time. But until next time guys, thanks a lot for watching.